Guys, there we are today. I finally made it to come to a stream. I will show you what actually caused this big correction in the market. There were multiple reasons for it. I have researched it yesterday and also this morning. And I can tell you we are really close to get a massive bounce, because that was basically just designed to scare you out of the market. Let's go. So let me see. Okay, camera, everything is working. Guys, again, I only see the chat based on based on what I see on my phone. So I'm gonna put this. I leave it where it is. So we're gonna jump directly into the charts, because I'm a little bit tired after that conference, even though it was amazing. So here on the DXY, we see that the DXY broke now the 108.5 points level and potentially could rally a little bit higher, but not that much higher. Most likely we're going to get stopped here around the 110.77 level. I don't expect that the dollar would rally any higher than that, and from there then starts its descent, unless we are already turning around by tomorrow, which is also a possibility. So, but what actually caused yesterday this massive correction in the Bitcoin price? Because it was completely unforeseen. Okay, you can argue now in hindsight there were really little warning signs that something like this potentially could happen, but it was not noticeable, not really noticeable. So, and the main reason that we were starting to drop was that here the 10-year treasury yields surged to an 8-month high. They were that high the last year, April. So, and if you remember last year, April, we had afterwards also a massive correction. So what happened was, when the 10 years treasury yields surged to the upside, people got spooked and sold off their risk assets, and that also includes, of course, Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies that we are trading. So for that reason, that triggered the sell-off in the market. So, but it was here is what's really positive about this. When you go to CryptoQuant, on CryptoQuant you can see that there is not a lot of sell pressure left currently in the market, and that for me means doesn't matter where Bitcoin is going to stop to go down here at 94, where we're at right now, 92, 90. I know that once we are reaching that nerve again, when we are hitting that nerve from where Bitcoin gets a massive bounce to the upside, that we are done with corrective moves for quite a while, I would argue here. So, and let me explain how you can read this here on CryptoQuant. So you have to understand the total sell side liquidity. That includes exchanges and also grayscale. Here in gray, don't know if I can actually change the color. Can I change the color? No, I can't. So, but that's fine. You see that this is already declining, and it was so it's overall declining. And at the same time, when you look at the liquidity inventory ratio, also this is going down, while addresses over the last 30 days, they keep accumulating Bitcoin. So that means everything that gets sold on the market gets immediately more or less bought up again. And when you put one on one together, then you come to the conclusion, okay, there's not a lot of sell side liquidity left in the market to push the price into maybe in the mid $80,000 levels currently, so which I'm also not expecting. When we are then looking at the Bitcoin chart, oh yeah, you see we are already at $93,200. So here right now on the 12-hourly chart, we are potentially risking to get close or actually touch one more time the $91,780 level, more or less. Now I close this window because it's not my usual laptop computer. So we bounced from there the last time back to the upside and got the rally into $102,800. So why did we get rejected from $102,800? Because I told you, even though I mentioned only briefly, I said we need to get first above $102,800 so that we get the continuation, and did not give you further explanation why that level is so important. So the importance comes from these two candles over here, where we basically had the same scenario playing out what we are seeing right now, just much quicker, where we came straight to the downside, got the bounce, came then back to the upside, moved higher. Now we had it a little bit more expanded. Instead of one 12-hourly candle, we got it here across four 12-hourly candles now to the downside. And then also the deviation here that we got above that level, and from there we went back to the downside. Now we got a retest. That retest was not successful with that rejection. Now currently also trading below the point of control on the VPVR at $97,300 approximately. But I argue that this support level here, if we would drop that low, it will actually hold, and then we get from here support. If we bounce from current price levels already, that would be even more bullish, because they would put in another higher low, and from that would also give us the signal needed for continuation back to the upside. On stochastic RSI also, there's just the current 12-hourly candle left before we are bottoming out here. Potentially the RSI is slightly turning around, not completely yet, so there's a little bit indecision that I see here, and the MACD can be for now completely ignored. When I go then here to CoinGlass, also here you see that that was technically just a massive flush in leverage. From here, the top section, you can see here in the open interest, there we got here that flush all the way down to 90,000 points, and from there start to go sideways while the price kept declining. Also, the open interest here in funding rates, you see that this is right now currently declining, and that just means that a lot of positions are getting unwind while Bitcoin keeps here moving into lower levels. On the MDX algo scalp gradient, so here we are back into a blue phase, but you see here currently the upward sloping trend line from the Fibonacci extension levels is giving us currently support. So I could go and zoom out here for quite a while to find the right angle for this, you know. So, but you get the point, you know. If I draw a line like this, the current price action would actually touch that same point, you know. So, and at the same time, we are, oh, actually that's not so good. So right now, if we're not bouncing from here, then we are going through that buy cluster, and we would then most likely risk to run into the next one, which is again here at that support level from these past weeks, from where we bounce back to the upside, and that should actually hold. So worst case scenario that I see here would be a run into the underlying golden ratio, because you can see here's a highlighted area, and that means here's a little bit more concentrated liquidity sitting than in the rest of that order block. So from there, worst case, I would expect that we get a bounce back to the upside, but most likely it's going to happen way earlier here, because we have here on the reactor indicator already again reversal indications here. Remember, when we get these two dot plots like over here, we are close to a bounce back to the upside. So let it drop, you know, so let it drop here a little bit lower. I don't really care, because once that is done, we get our reversal candle. And actually, while I'm trading on Bybit on my phone, I will go now and add more to my Bitcoin trade. So I actually got stopped out yesterday on my Bitcoin trade. I was smart. I was really smart that I set stop loss in profit. But here with this now, with the new trade that I opened earlier today, I'm gonna now start adding to this position. Just need to find here, need to make sure that when I keep adding now, that my other liquidation prices are not getting too much affected by this. So this was 1,700, 2,500. I think I might be fine with that. Let's see, my profit starts to look good. I can add another and another. So how much money do I have now in this trade? Let me see here. I could technically do a little bit more. So you see, guys, I keep buying the dip, you know, so I keep just buying. I'm buying. Just keep buying. So this might, yeah, now it looks much better. So from here, if we go back up, that's fine. So you see here, the wick back to the upside now, that is what I was looking for, you know. So when you see something like this, that means that here the SPY cluster was not broken. We just basically went for a stop hunt because a lot of stop losses were just below that level here to take them all out. And now you see here that we are potentially starting that reversal. Of course, I don't want to jinx it yet, you know, so because we could just get another wave where we come a little bit lower. But it looks not bad. It looks not bad. Here on ZoomX, I get hammered again, guys, of course, you know, so, but it's okay. It's okay. You see my positions, they are still fine. I keep holding them. I keep adding. You see, I got really close now to my limit order here for Ethereum. I keep it where it is. If it comes down there, it's fine. I have also still limit orders on Solana and also on Bitcoin, just in case it will come lower. And that will still, in the upcoming weeks, give me massive returns, you know. So you need to know how to manage your trades, and then you will be fine. So don't forget, guys, if you want to trade on ZoomX, because they are non-KYC, so you can trade from anywhere in the world, there is a link in the description if you want to make use of them, because that is still one of, actually the best non-KYC platform that I know of so far. And I might onboard another exchange really soon. I spoke, one exchange approached me, a big one, a really big one, on the conference, so I have to chat now with them because it was basically between just a brief conversation that I had with them on the conference, and I'm gonna see tomorrow, after tomorrow, or maybe even next week, because we have the weekend tomorrow again, how this is going to turn out. So here on the liquidation heat map, on the liquidation levels, we have now taken out the last remaining high leverage liquidity that was sitting here in the area from $92,700 to $93,900 approximately. You can see it over here. These over leveraged bars were taken out. Below is only low leverage liquidity as usual. They're not going for that. The same when we were here in higher levels. And also what I want to point out here, we were really close to get actually our golden cross here on the 4-hourly. So come on, switch. So let's see. Horrible if that's the end. There we go, guys. There we go. Look, guys, I'm back. Everything good. So let me maybe just, no, it's fine. So there we go, guys. Sorry, guys. Stupid internet here from the villa that I'm in. That for some reason stopped working. So, but now, as you can see, we are fine. And actually through my phone, the internet's now much better. So here on the 1 week chart, what I just was about to say, you see now here's a lot of short liquidity sitting now directly above us, starting here at $95,000. So once we're touching at $95,300, we might already trigger from there a short squeeze all the way up here to $97,500. If we can hold that level, we're gonna get continuation here into $100,000, because you see a slightly above 100K is now also a really how to say it again, significant level of of short positions sitting that will be taken out once we are getting up here. And now on Bybit, as I just said, so here I'm not logged in currently, so you cannot see it. But let me go here back to my Bybit phone. So here, let me show it to you. I hope you guys can see it. So here I have a position I just added to it, you know, so it's running a little bit in the red right now. Actually, let me dim this. So there you see it. Currently a little bit in a loss, but I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. It will be green by tomorrow, I guess, you know. So I'm not far away from my entry, actually $500 higher, and it will be profitable trade here on Bybit, guys. Again, let's go here, guys. Really important, especially when you are traveling. Get your Bybit card. You know, get a Bybit card. Sign up with the link in the description. And again, there is also a $500 airdrop position. If you want the free $500 airdrop position, deposit $100 on Bybit to claim the position. And they added actually some new coins, so go and check that out. I'm gonna post after this, after the stream. After the stream, I have to look for the link because I never did it on the laptop. So now, what was this here again? So here, what I want you to understand now when we start talking about altcoins, I will not talk about a lot of altcoins because it's getting really late here. So I'm just gonna touch on some stuff, and then we talk about altcoins tomorrow when I'm back in my villa. I want you to understand where I believe altcoins are currently sitting in this cycle when we look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. I believe that we are right now here in this section of the Wall Street cheat sheet, where you get here this final trap where everybody gets shaken out, and when everybody is sidelined, then it starts running to the upside, and people will not believe that we are actually then running to the upside. They are sidelined completely and watch everything going up, and later they will come back, most likely between the belief and the thrill stage, because they missed the whole run here from the optimism phase into the belief phase. And then once they're in the belief phase, they start believing again, and they're like, oh shit, I missed now 100, 200% of a move in certain coins, maybe even 500%. And then that's the point where they are getting back in and ride the rest of the market. So just that you understand where I believe from the Wall Street strategic perspective, where the altcoins are currently sitting, we are really close to get an explosive move. So, and you also see that here in the dominance. Yes, the dominance moved here back to the upside, but I want you, did I not tell you that I expect a move to 58% and from there, most likely a rejection again before we get continuation? This is exactly what's playing out here right now. So the dominance can technically go still a little bit higher when Bitcoin turns around and goes back to the upside. We might go as high as 58.7, but again, it will be just another lower high that we get here on the way to the downside, because overall the structure is still tremendously bearish here, and we still follow overall the trajectory that we have mapped out. Then with the total free market cap, yes, we went here a little bit lower than expected, but also here I told you most likely we get rejected from this area up here. That is exactly what happened. And I also told you when we were charting this out that when we come down, I don't know exactly how low we are coming. If we only come here to the top of that range, if we go a little bit lower, that's something that we just did not know at the time. But we knew that this area here will most likely mark a rejection point. And once we are hitting then the low point, which we most likely did right now, then we start the upwards trajectory for the altcoin. So I still believe that we're going to have a really good time this month and an even better time potentially in February. So now when we look at Ethereum came back here into the 0.5 level on the 4-hourly chart. The RSI has completely bottomed out here. The stochastic is flatlining, the same what is on Bitcoin. So also here, this move right now that you see right now is just designed to scare you further out of the market. Because I have seen it many times, you know, where the RSI is coming down, the stochastic is flatlining, and you get here then one big candle to the downside, and that's that FU candle, because after that FU candle, it's turning around, you know. So, and if you don't enter in the current candle or potentially in the next one, if we go a little bit lower, then you get sidelined when you get the turnaround in the candle that follows afterwards, most likely. So the only scenario where I would get out of that position again is when you see that we start consolidating and start forming a bear flag here. And you have here that pole. So then before we are breaking here further down, I would have a really tight stop loss, depending on where you enter. For example, right now, if I would believe that Ethereum turns around, I would open a new position from $3,300. That would give me some confidence, because there was here prior support. and then I would have my stop loss here at the bottom of that candle. Just to make sure, if we start consolidating and form that bear flag, and it's actually breaking to the downside, that I would get stopped out. So that's just in case, not saying it's going to happen, but you need to be prepared for cases like that. If something crazy happens again that nobody accounted for, like the treasury yields, so nobody was thinking about this, and then it happened and caught everybody off guard, plus the other factors that were contributing to that drop. So now with Solana is actually holding up quite strong here, also currently in a big buy order block from where we get supported. Here I expect a little bit faster of a reversal than on the other coins, to be honest, because here again we are flatlining for a long time, but here the RSI, look at the RSI. The RSI, okay, I did not see the full picture of the RSI, but the RSI is here already oversold, so this is also for me a sign that we are about to turn around here. And I think for Bitcoin, I think it was the daily chart, I'm not sure anymore, there was a chart on the higher time frames that actually had a hidden bullish divergence, which is again another sign that this is just to scare you out of your positions if you're not able to add to your positions, or you're just scared that you lose even more money if you don't get out right now, so this is the whole point of these moves, so, and when you find these hidden bullish divergences across the board, not only in Bitcoin but also in other coins, really close to get that bounce back to the upside, and you should either hold your positions if you can, or actually open new positions slowly, guys, really slowly. So and of course you have also in 9 days, is it in 9 days? I think in 9 days is something with FOMC again happening that can also influence the markets, so, but again, for now, I still remain here bullish with what I'm seeing. As mentioned, guys, I will not get too much into altcoins. I'm gonna have a quick look here in the chat what's going on there. Okay, Robert, so because you paid, I'm gonna do it quick, but that will be one of the only altcoins that I actually get into. So Thema, never heard of that one. Does it have leverage? No, only spot. So, but it is, no, it's not. Oh wow, it's only on 3 exchanges, and they're all not good, so I don't like any of them. But let's look on Maxi. I would not say that this held really good here in that drop, so if you look here from Sunday onwards, it was just selling off, so if you just want to count from what is this for hourly chart, so here from today, let's see how much was that. So I went up, let's see here. So it went down here 26%, 27% actually, on yesterday. So, and it's still down from that high, 16%. So it's not holding on that well, to be honest. So and it's right now only selling off. I've never heard about this project. It's not holding up well, so, and until it breaks this downward sloping trend line, I would not get too much involved in this, so I also don't like how the stochastic is coming up here. It's not looking nice. So let's have a look quick before Bitcoin again. No, Bitcoin is bouncing, so let's see on the 1 hourly time frame. So what I don't want to see, yeah, that's what I did not want to see. I did not want to see the stochastic being pretty high. Yeah, but we have here a couple of minutes. So so just before I go really quickly, most likely what's going to happen here in the next coming hours is that Bitcoin will come up here to the point of control one time, and also in that time then retest the top of the EMA ribbon, and most likely get one more time rejected. I just want to prepare you for that mentally, guys. At that rejection, we will create a lower high on the 1 hourly chart. So here that might be the lower low, then we get a lower high, a higher low, another higher low here. And from there, you get then the continuation to the upside. So just be prepared for that we are most likely with the next 1 hourly candle, get that move here to the upside, but most likely not going to hold at this level, because stochastic is too high. Stochastic needs to come further down that we actually can break above the EMA ribbon and get then continuation to the upside. So it's always, it's usually not a good sign when you see something like this and price action is below the EMA ribbon. Guys, I have to run because I have to get up early tomorrow again to go to the gym and try not to put too much weight here on my middle finger, because I fell yesterday over a table in that club where I was with Diddy and Coach K and the other guys. For a couple of seconds, like 2-3 seconds, they turn off the light, so, and then I turn it on again. It's part of the light design that they have for the light show here, because look at this middle finger and look at this one here, so there you see the difference, that's swollen, so, and I need to rest my middle finger a little bit and put some ice on it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for today. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you still with some money in your portfolio tomorrow.